Okay. Now see here, I will explain again the difference between, suppose here, okay, this is an example of using of call. This is an example of using of call statement. Here, whenever you call some subroutine, the transfer is controlled to this place, then it will execute the program, subprogram, then it will return back. It is already explained in the previous class. Suppose instead of call, if there is a jump instruction here, instead of call, suppose there is a jump instruction here, JMP 2000H, for example. Jump address is 2000H. Okay. In the main program, suppose 2000H, okay, is the starting program, is the starting address of some subroutine, for example, or that is similar to again this case. If jump 2000H, if the 2000 contains only an instruction like move a comma some value, or move hash 5000 to hash 5000H to A, or R0, move hash 5000H to A, then only it will execute that statement, then it will be closed. I got my point? Here up to this it is okay. Here if you use a call instruction, then there is a address here again, call, some address will be there, or there is nothing but the starting address of the subroutine, call followed by address. That address will be the starting address of the subroutine. If you take any subroutine, it will end with RET statement. Okay. Already I have explained what will happen, how when the control is transferred from main program to the subprogram. That is in the case of call. Okay. Suppose here you have an address of jump JMP 2500H, for example, JMP 2500H. Okay. Whether in jump or call, there is a address here. That address will here call some address. That address will be the starting address of the subroutine. Similarly, JMP, you will have some address. Okay. That is 2500. In 2500, if there is an instruction called move hash 5000, comma A, that means 5000 is to be added to A. That's all. That is like go to statement or jump. There ends the matter. That means that operation is to be executed. There ends the matter. That means the program is over. That means go to that place. Here, in this case, if there is a possibility that JMP followed by the address, okay, if that address is the starting address of a subroutine, for example, here I write call 2000, then 2000 is the starting address of the subroutine. Okay, the subroutine is there. The end of the subroutine will have RET statement, then the control is transferred back. Suppose here I write JMP 2000H, means again it will go to that location. What it finds? It finds the program. It finds the program. Okay. In 2000H, that is the starting address of some program. It executes that. Okay. Then it will return back. Okay. It will similar to that function again. If it is a starting address, you can implement the call instruction by using jump also. The meaning I mean to say is here, why I am explaining all these things is you can implement the call statement by using the jump statement also. Is it understood? Is it
Yes,
understood?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, right. Now I think you got the clarity about jump and call. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
Yes, sir.
Then already you are familiar with the jump versus call, and you are familiar with some of the flags, sign flag. Okay. Up to carry flag you are comfortable. Sign, 0 and carry. Okay. I think these three are comfortable. Okay. Can I move to the next one? All of you made your videos on.
Sir?
All of you made your videos on. Next one is,
Sir?
yes.
Is cut, copy, paste is also example for jump and call?
Pardon, repeat once again.
Cut, copy, paste.
Cut to copy,
Copy, paste.
copy, paste. Okay, real time jump, copy, paste. Jump. Okay, it is not only, it is an activity. It is an activity, but it will not comes under call. Whatever you are doing is an activity or a process. Copy it, then paste. Okay, cut and paste or copy and paste. That is an example of what do we call as an activity. Okay, that may be in the subroutine. That part may be in the subroutine, but you have to use that. Suppose I have instructed you, suppose there is a main program. If the main program, write a statement of call duplicate. So there are so many ways to duplicate it. Okay, either cut and paste or copy and paste. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Call duplicate is an example of call statement. That duplicate you can do whether it may be copyright or copy paste, or it may be cut paste. Okay, is it clear? Then parity flag. The next one is parity flag. Okay, which logic will be used for parity purpose? Which logic or which logical instruction is used to find out the parity? Which logical instruction is used to find out the parity? Which logical instruction is used to find out the parity? Do you know it or not? Yes or no? Tell me, don't waste the time.
No, sir.
No. What is the exclusive OR logic? Define exclusive OR logic. Define exclusive OR logic. Any one of you?
If both the inputs are same and the output is 0.
Don't say both. That is not correct. What is the definition? If the odd number of inputs are high, the output is high. That is the definition. Not both and. That is not correct. The correct statement is, if the odd number of inputs are high, the output is high. That is the definition of exclusive OR. Both will be valid only for only two inputs. If there are multiple inputs, like 3 or 4 or 10 inputs, then what can you do? Okay.
Sir, hello ante cheyandi sir.
Why still allowed? Huh? I think all are, no one is there in the room. All are allowed only.
ఒక అమ్మాయిది సిగ్నల్ కట్ అయ్యి పోయిందంట సార్, అందుకని మళ్ళీ వచ్చింది.
I think here ఇక్కడ ఎవరు లేరమ్మా అక్కడ. I think no one is there. No one is appearing for me. Here no one is appearing for me. Again, ask her to re-log in once again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here, okay, the definition of exclusive OR. All of you note down that. The definition of exclusive OR is The output is high only when if odd number of inputs are high. The output is high if odd number of inputs are high. That is the definition of XOR. Okay, that will be implemented by using this parity. To find out the parity of a number, we are going to use the XOR logic. Here you see this parity flag. Here this parity bit is 1 if there are even number of ones. Okay. Here the parity bit is 0 if there are odd number of, that is odd parity. Odd parity means odd number of ones. Even parity means even number of ones. That means what logic this one is? This parity flag implements what logic? Is it XOR logic or XNOR logic? This parity bit is using XOR, XNOR. Exclusive OR or exclusive NOR? I think you studied both the things. XNOR means the complement of XOR is nothing but XNOR. Exclusive OR complement is nothing but exclusive NOR. In the case of exclusive OR, okay, the output is 1 for odd number of inputs. Here what is there here? 0 is there for odd number of inputs. That means it is exclusive NOR logic. Okay, both are same. From exclusive NOR you can get it only from exclusive OR. Okay, you need not specifically tell about exclusive NOR here. Okay, the basic one is exclusive OR only. There is no exclusive NOR logical instruction. The logical instruction is only XOR logical instruction. The logical instruction is only XOR. If you complement it, you will get XNOR. Okay. Here, the parity flag is 0 if for odd parity, it is 1 for even parity. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Any doubt in this? In the parity flag, if the number has even parity, the parity flag is 1. If the number has odd parity, the parity bit is 0. Do you have any doubt in this? Any confusion or any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, next you go to the example here. Move immediate A comma 05. This is an example of which one? Which processor? This is an example of 8086 processor instruction. It is 8086 processor instruction. It is 8086 processor instruction. Move immediate A comma 05. That means A is the source operand or destination operand here? A is the source or destination?
Destination.
Why? Because 8086 is Intel. 8086 is an Intel processor. So all Intel processors, opcode followed by destination followed by source. So A is the destination, 05 is the source operand. So that means 05 is moved to A. 05 is moved to A. That means load 05 in register A. That's the meaning of it. Okay. Here this instruction will set the parity flag to 1 as the BCD code of 05 is 101, which contains even number of ones. Is it correct?
No, sir.
Why?
Odd number of 1.
ఏంటి అలిగారా
Here odd number of instruction will set the parity flag to 1 as the BCD code of 05 is, which contains even number of ones, that is 2. ఎన్ని ones ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ? How many ones are there?
2, sir.
How many ones are there? 2. 2 means even or odd?
Even, sir.
Even. Okay. 2 means even. So parity flag is 0 or 1? Parity flag is 0 or 1? Parity flag is 0 or 1?
1.
1.
1. The next one, auxiliary carry flag. In the flag register, okay, this auxiliary flag is not available to the user, okay, whereas all the other flags are available to the user. That means you can change it, okay. You can modify the flag bits. You can modify the flag bits. That is, you can change it. That is, you can access or you can change by using logical operations. That means you can shift left or shift right, whatever you can do it. But auxiliary carry, you cannot. That is, it is not. That cannot be controlled by the programmer or cannot controlled by the user here. This flag is used in BCD number system. What is BCD? How many bit BCD is 3-bit binary or 4-bit binary? BCD is what? BCD is a 4-bit binary.
4-bit binary.
What are the symbols in that? What are the symbols of BCD? 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 What are the symbols available in BCD system? Is it a number system or not? BCD is a number system or not?
Yes, sir. Number system.
Number system.
Is it have the symbols? Is the number systems will have the symbols or not?
Symbols and 8421 all are code, sir.
Symbols I am talking about. That is not weightage I am talking about. Code is what you are calling is like weightage. 2421, okay? 8421, that is the weightage. This is what you call as weight. Weights of the bits. That is weights. That is weighted codes. What you are talking 8421, 2421, those are called weighted codes.
Right.
Those are not number systems. Those are not number systems. Those are weighted codes. Code is different from number system. A code is different from number system. If you take any number system, which will have the symbols. In binary number system, what are the symbols? In binary number system, what are the symbols?
0 to 9.
In binary system, in binary number system, what are the symbols?
0 and 1.
0 and 1. So totally how many?
2.
2. So what will be the radix? What will be the radix of binary?
Yes, sir.
2.
Sir.
Why that is 2? Why not 3?
In binary we have 2.
We have 2?
Only 2 possible.
2 possible. 2 symbols are there. Radix is nothing but the number of symbols. Radix is nothing but, radix is defined as the number of symbols. Radix is nothing but the number of symbols. Whatever may be the number of symbols in a number system, that is called the radix. What is the radix of decimal system?
10.
10. Why it is 10?
It has 10 symbols.
0 to 9.
10 symbols are there, 0 to 9. Same here, BCD also, in BCD number system also, you will have the symbols 0 to 9. Okay. If you represent BCD in binary, it is a 4-bit binary. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. This auxiliary carry flag is used, okay, in BCD arithmetic operations. Auxiliary carry flag is used internally when you are doing BCD arithmetic operations. Okay. This flag is used in BCD number system, that is 0 to 9, if after any arithmetic or logical operation, okay, on BCD numbers, okay, if D3 generates any carry, D3 means If you take 8-bit BCD number, or generally it is a 4-bit BCD. If you take 8-bit, you will have 2 BCD numbers. Yes or no? If you take 8-bit number, it is that number consists of 2 BCD digits. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After any arithmetic or logical operations, okay, if D3 generates a carry, generates any carry, and passes on to B4, passes on binary. Okay, I will give an example here to understand that. Suppose okay, this is one BCD number, for example. You take another number. Okay. Is it a BCD number? Is it a BCD number or not?
Yes, sir.
Suppose this one. Is it a BCD number?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How? Tell me. How it is a BCD number? What is the BCD value? Tell me the BCD digit of this. BCD number of this?
8.
8.
11.
8, 11.
11. 8B.
11.
Huh? Is
B,
it?
sir.
Huh?
8B.
8D. Okay. Is it correct? What are the symbols available in BCD? Huh?
0, 1.
0 to 9, A to F.
A to F. Is it BCD?
No, sir.
A to D.
A to D? Huh?
Only 0 to 9, sir, in BCD.
Only 0 to 9.
9.
It is hexadecimal. 0 to 9 and A to F is hexadecimal. Okay, 0 to 9 is BCD. So is it a valid binary number?
No, sir.
Is it a valid BCD number? No. It is not a valid. So it is 8, 9. The maximum symbol is only 9. 0 to 9 are the symbols. Then the next one is? The next one is?
5.
5.
5, 8.
5, 8. Right? Now add these two. What will be the result? If you add these two numbers, from left to right or right to left?
Right to left.
Right to left.
Right to left.
Okay, 1.
0, 0.
1.
0.
0. 0. 0. 0.
0.
0. 0. 0.
Here. 0.
0. 0. 0.
Here.
0.
0.
1. 1. 1. 1. 1. One.
Again 1.
One. One. One.
This one. Okay. This is BCD addition. Okay. Here, what will happen? This is called the B3 bit. This is called the B3 bit. In addition, this is called B3 bit. Okay. From here, 1 is passed to this. Why? Because here 1 plus 1 is 1 0. Here there is a carry in the this bit. This is 0th bit, first, second, and third. Okay. And third bit, and third, 0th bit, first bit, second bit, and third bit. This is in the third bit. You will get a carry here. Okay. That carry is forward to next one. That is B4. Here, that carry, this one and this one will become again 0. Okay. Again, carry will be moved on here. That means from here, in this case, auxiliary carry flag will be set or reset. In this case, in this example, auxiliary carry flag will be set or reset.
Set.
Set. Okay, that is the meaning of this. That is the meaning of auxiliary carry. This flag is used in BCD number system. If any arithmetic or logical operations, D3 generates any carry and passes to B4 here, D4. There is a mistake. D4, digit 4, or bit, or both you can call it as bit. Bit 3 to bit 4. This flag becomes set, that is 1. Otherwise, it becomes a set, that is 0. This is the only flag register which is not accessible by the programmer. So the programmer cannot access this. It will be set or reset only during BCD arithmetic operations. Okay. One carry out from bit 3 on addition or borrow into bit 3 on subtraction. Okay. If you get a carry out of from bit 3 on addition or borrow, okay, either it may be borrow or carry. Okay. Otherwise, it will be 0. Now, is it clear to you or not? Any doubt in this? That is auxiliary carry flag, which cannot be accessed by the user. Okay. It will be used only during programming or BCD arithmetic. Okay. That is auxiliary carry flag. Then we will come to again the branch instructions. This is conditional branch instructions. These are conditional branch instructions. Already I discussed about jump and call. Now we are going to discuss about jump on no call. JNC means, sorry, jump on no carry. This one is jump on no carry. Jump if no carry. No carry means, what is the meaning of that? No carry means carry bit is 0. Carry bit is 0. No carry means carry bit is 0. Is it clear? Jump on no carry means if there is no carry, means if the carry bit is 0, okay, then jump. Like this one, this is jump instruction. This is unconditional, whereas all these are conditional instructions. JNC, JC, JZ, JNZ. Okay. JNC means jump on no carry. Jump if there is no carry. Or jump, we can call it as jump on no carry. That means carry bit is 0. Here, this is jump on carry. Jump if carry. Opposite. Jump if carry. Means if carry bit is 1. If carry bit is 1. If carry 1, jump it. That means this is conditional. Previous, what I told is, it is unconditional. So I will give one more clarity here, like conditional. I will give the real-time example of conditional branch instruction. Suppose I assign the work like this. If I think which fruits are familiar? Which fruits are familiar? Are you familiar with the custard apple? Do you know all of
Yes, sir.
custard apples?
Yes, sir.
So custard apples will have different quality. Okay. Here, suppose I will assign. Okay. What I will do is go to Nara Kodor. Okay. Go to Nara Kodor. There is only jump instruction. Go to Nara Kodor. There is only jump instruction. There is no condition. Go to Nara Kodor is an example of jump instruction. Then, once you jump to that location, then check whether the custard apples are good or not. If they are good, you purchase it. Okay. If they are not good, you go to highway, Budampada highway, and get it. Okay. This is an example, real-time example of conditional branch instructions. Is it clear? Go to Nara Kodor. Find whether the custard apples available there are good or not. That is called condition. That is called condition. Here the condition may be one or multiples. You can add the conditions also. Always the condition need not be one. Okay. Always the condition need not be one. You can add two conditions by using logical operations. Okay. A greater than B and B greater than C. Also you can do it like the condition will be A greater than B and B greater than C. That is one condition only clubbed. We have clubbed as one condition. Similarly, A greater than B or B greater than C. That is also a single condition which can has internally within the two. That is, you can add two conditions by using logical operations and or not. Okay. Okay. You can add the logical. You can add the multiple conditions by using the logical operations and or. This condition and this condition. If these two are satisfied, then you can do it. If only one condition is satisfied, means that is false. If both the conditions are true, then only that condition is true. In the case of or, if I use or there, if I use or for adding two conditions, then what will happen? If any one condition is true, then that satisfies. Okay, do that. True. Okay, so that is called like real-time examples. Okay, is it clear or not? Suppose same example I repeat once again. Go to Nara Kodor. That is a jump statement. Then, okay, once you go there, the instruction there. Once you go to Nara Kodor, okay, then the next instruction will be if condition 1, if the custard apple is not available, condition 1. Condition 2 is, okay, if available and not good. That is another condition. First condition is if not available, not available. The second condition is check whether it is good or not. Okay. If it is bad, it is available and it is bad. So what is the next one? You go to Budampada highway. Okay. If it is not available, you go to Budampada highway, or if available and not good. In both the cases, you go to Budampada highway. If available and good, then what is the function? Get those apples. That is the function. Okay. You can add the multiple conditions with logical operations. Okay. Those are called conditional branching. Those are called conditional branch instructions. The examples of jump on no carry. There is only one instruction, only one condition here. there are not multiple conditions. There is only one condition here. Jump on, no carry. If carry flag is 0, that is not carry. Not carry means the carry flag is 0. That means reset. 0 means reset. Set means 1. Okay. JNC means if there is no carry, or okay, if the carry bit is 0, okay, you do that operation. That is called JNC. Jump on, no carry. Then similarly, jump on carry. If the carry bit is 1, okay, if the carry bit is 1, then do that operation. That is GC. Then JZ. JZ means jump if 0. Jump if 0. Jump if 0. It means that 0 flag is okay. It means that 0 bit is 0. Sorry, 0 bit is 1. 0 bit, 0 flag is set. It means that 0 flag is set. Jump on 0 means if the 0 bit is 1, 0 bit means 0 flag is 1, then that is true. That condition is true. That means you have to, whatever the address is there, you go to that address. Okay. Here all is will have followed by JNC, followed by the next operand is address. All is will have the addresses only. Jump on no, jump on carry, you will have the address. Here also will have the address. Okay, that is the operand. Okay. Jump if 0. Okay, that means 0 bit is 1. You go to that address and do it. Which is similar to jump on equal. JE. Another one is JE. JE means jump if equal. JE means both are same here. Jump if equal. Jump if equal. Jump if equal. When the numbers are equal, if the numbers are equal, then 0 bit is, again 0 bit is 1. That means 0 flag is set. If I are given A and B, if I are given A and B, jump on equal means if A is equal to B, jump. If they are not equal, don't jump. Okay, that is similar. JZ and JE are similar. Okay, JZ and JE are similar, but in some of the books they are, you can use JZ, or some of the books you can use, some of the books means I'm talking about processors, you can use JE. Okay, JZ. Here what about E? E is only in the comparison. When you will get equal or not equal, that is during comparison. Compare A comma B. If they are equal, then jump. Then what about 0 flag JZ? That will be happen in all the cases, in logical also. Whereas here, only through compare for JE, you can use the compare statement. Whereas here, you can use the logical statements also for getting whether it is 0 bit is set or reset. Okay. Arithmetic or logical. Here, for JE or JNE, jump on equal or jump on not equal, you are going to use compare instruction. Okay. That is similar to JZ is similar to JE, JNZ is similar to jump on not equal. Jump on not equal. Jump if not 0. Means 0 bit is 1 here. 0 bit means flag I am talking about. 0 bit means I am talking about flag. Do you have the clarity? Is it clear now? All of you is clear? Is it clear to all of you? I'll give the examples in next class.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? You got the basic idea? Did you get the basic idea or not?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow I'll give you 10 examples. Okay. J and Z is similar to J and E, similar to, same thing. But here in the case of jump on equal and jump on not equal, you're going to use another instruction called compare instruction, CMP. Okay. That I will explain with an example tomorrow. Okay. And tomorrow, all of you be prepare the addressing modes. I will ask the questions on that. Addressing modes. Tomorrow I will ask the questions on addressing modes.